Breaking reports tonight reveal a stunning claim. According to the Mail on Sunday, Prince Andrew allegedly told convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, "We are in this together." Once celebrated as the dashing action man of the monarchy, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew, now stands as a man stripped of every title, privilege, and public duty. Yet even after his royal downfall, disturbing and often bizarre stories continue to surface, exposing a private world of excess and entitlement. They paint a picture of a man who seemed to believe that normal rules simply didn't apply to him. And while many of these accounts remain unproven, their consistency tells a troubling story, one of indulgence, arrogance, and misplaced power. From insisting on young, attractive masseuses to reports of wild, lavish parties abroad, Andrew's lifestyle appeared to blur the line between privilege and pleasure. Tonight, we delve into the world behind those palace walls, a world insiders say was every bit as chaotic as his public one. There was a time when Andrew could do no wrong, the second son of Queen Elizabeth II, a decorated naval officer, and a bachelor adored by the press. But beneath that charm was reportedly a man with an ego as large as his title. Over the years, whispers grew louder about his temper, arrogance, and constant hunger for attention, and allegedly for female company. According to royal aides, his behavior on foreign trips was so unpredictable that staff dreaded working with him. He demanded luxury accommodations, insisted on the most expensive suites, and lived a lifestyle one aide described as far beyond his rank. Royal biographer Robert Jobson writes in The Windsor Legacy that Andrew had what he called a particular taste for massages. Jobson recalled that every time he saw Andrew, he'd try to hug me, sometimes even kiss me, and I'd always have to push him away. Sources claim his staff knew to book only attractive women for his sessions. One incident in New York reportedly saw Andrew dismiss a masseuse within minutes because she wasn't, in his view, slim enough. Alone, that might seem trivial, but in context, it highlights a pattern of vanity and entitlement that insiders say defined him. Within palace circles, Andrew's obsession with his appearance was legendary. He would spend hours preparing for events, craving constant praise from his team. One former staffer claimed that if he felt ignored or slighted, he'd lash out, loudly. "Prince Andrew has a case to answer on all levels," said one ex-employee. "I suffered at his hands. Young girls suffered at his hands. Maids, other officers." Throughout the 1980s and 90s, his reputation as Randy Andy filled the tabloids. He was photographed in nightclubs, on yachts, and at lavish dinners surrounded by glamorous women. But one of the most shocking allegations comes from royal historian Andrew Lowy, who claims that during a taxpayer-funded trip to Thailand, Andrew's behavior turned scandalous. Lowy alleges that up to 40 women were brought to his hotel suite over just 4 days. Officially, he was there representing British trade interests. Unofficially, witnesses say he appeared more interested in personal indulgence. Diplomats were reportedly mortified. Yet back then, Andrew's royal status shielded him from scrutiny. "He's been protected all his life by the royal household," one source claimed. "He's never had to answer for anything." For years, the palace dismissed rumors, and Andrew himself seemed convinced he could do as he pleased. Those who worked closest to him described a man who demanded constant admiration and ignored boundaries. Even at home, he reportedly treated staff like servants, with strict rules about how his toothpaste and shoelaces were to be laid out every morning. He allegedly made comments about women's appearances, once joking that, "large women ruin the view." As Britain's trade envoy, he was meant to promote national interests abroad, but reports suggest he used the role for luxury travel, first-class flights, and five-star living. His dinners were extravagant, with endless courses and fine wines, often paid for by taxpayers. "The Queen Mother once owned this property," one observer said. "I assumed Andrew had inherited enough from her to afford his renovations. But apparently, he received very little. So where did the money come from?" Insiders say the issue wasn't just his spending, it was his attitude. "He wasn't representing Britain," one diplomat noted. "He was representing Andrew." Back home, his social life was equally indulgent. Friends say he surrounded himself with younger, glamorous women who made him feel admired and important. He loved attention, one acquaintance recalled. It was like oxygen to him. But when scandal finally caught up, his empire began to crumble. His trade envoy position ended quietly. His military titles were frozen. And ultimately, King Charles stripped him of his remaining honors, even evicting him from Royal Lodge. For a man who once defined himself through privilege and status, the fall was devastating. Robert Jobson's accounts of Andrew's massage preferences were well known among royal staff, and Andrew Loewy's Thailand revelations only fueled the controversy. Together, they depict a man consumed by vanity and excess, a royal who believed he was untouchable. Whether every claim is true or not, they all reveal something deeper, a man shaped by privilege, shielded from consequence, and addicted to comfort and control. While other royals embraced duty, Andrew seemed devoted to pleasure. Where his siblings met the pressures of royal life with dignity, he chased attention and luxury. Now, stripped of power, money, and purpose, Andrew faces something he's long avoided: accountability. Once adored, he now lives in quiet isolation, reportedly spending hours wandering the grounds of Royal Lodge, clinging to the remnants of his old life. The lavish dinners are gone. The royal invitations have stopped. And for a man who thrived on adoration, silence may be the cruelest punishment of all. Yet even now, whispers of his past refuse to fade. Former aides and acquaintances continue to come forward, describing nights of reckless spending, strict appearance rules, and a fixation on beauty that bordered on obsession. True or exaggerated, all of it points to one reality. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor lived as if the world existed for his comfort. And when that world finally pushed back, he simply couldn't believe it. But one thing is certain. We haven't heard the last of this story. So, what do you think? Are these tales exaggerated accounts of a pampered royal? Or do they reveal who Prince Andrew truly is behind the facade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates. Until next time, thank you for watching Empire Exposed TV.